Hello everyone, my name is Xander marX, and welcome to my universe. Welcome to XMX97. Make sure to like and subscribe to my socials and the new and improved XanderMarX.com. Alright. So, I knew I wanted to be an artist, when I was probably 12 or 13. After I was going through different struggles with kind of trying to find my identity and trying to fit in and trying to figure myself out, and I gravitated towards superstar Lady Gaga, and I went to the Monster Ball, and after I went to the Monster Ball and she was screaming at all of us, you can be whoever the you want to be, and you can be the superstar that you picture yourself to be, I was like, yes, thank you very much, I'd like to order that. And ever since then, I've, had visions, of seeing, a entire sea of people knowing every single song and spreading, my different messages of love and acceptance and, understanding yourself and understanding others. And that's what I've been about for, over a decade now, as I've been producing and recording. So, yeah, that was me figuring out I wanted to be an artist. Alright, so the first piece of the puzzle to my artistry came when I was 3 years old and when I was in preschool, and I would just sing, and I would sing all the time, and I would dance around to my mother's disco music in the kitchen with her, and, I would just sing for my family and perform for my family. Like, I started that young, I did start getting vocal training in high school after I figured out that I wanted to pursue it, like, on a professional level. And then, of course, after the classical vocal training came in high school, and also then when I also furthered my classical vocal training in college, I also became a producer due to my love for electronic music in high school. So, and then I got also music theory training in high school, which led to me being able to formulate and compose the things that I kept hearing and seeing and feeling in my head. And then I've also helped a few other friends produce their own stuff. And I find that no matter how much, universe building is a really huge part of what I do love being able to help other friends piece their projects together. So that's a big part of it. So I never really had much of an issue getting up on stage. It was basically everywhere else that was the problem. I always felt very disconnected and very isolated due to my, different theories and my ability to pick things apart. And, due to my experience with, not really being able to connect very well with others, I connected with my art, and I connected with performing, and I leave everything on stage. As I've gotten older, and as my spirituality has grown, and my faith has grown, and my philosophies have expanded, I have been able to connect with people on a deeper level, and I've been able to communicate myself a lot better. But it's still, performing is not the issue. Performing has always been my home. But I'm very thankful that as I've gotten older and as I've grown, I've been able to connect better with the people around me. So I wrote back in probably February of last year, like early quarantine, I started writing this new album called 501, which is a very family-oriented record, which is a very personal record. And what happened with this song Sunkiss that I wrote, that I released on SoundCloud about a year prior, exclusively on SoundCloud, to when I actually put it out with the maxi single for Beautiful Swimmer, was I wrote this song about that feeling of kind of being entrapped and lost, and having just, even in this time where we've kind of been blocked out from everyone else, I had these certain core friends and these certain core people who, even when I was completely isolated and I was completely retracted, I don't know if that's the right word, from everyone else, but when I was completely like lost, like sunk in my bed, like I was sunk in my bed, I would just get these text messages from these friends of mine saying like, hey, I love you, I miss you, I'm thinking about you, and that kind of helped me crawl out of my hole. And I also wrote it when I was going on a hike with my friend, and you know, I just was encapsulated by the energy of the sun, and I was so moved and I was so recharged with taking in the energy of the sun, and how just that little sun kiss, that little tiny bit, that little tiny lift can get you out of some of your darkest holes, you know, and you just need that little push sometimes. So, and usually in most of my relationships, I would have to be the push. And it was just really sweet how I have these very special core friends where I don't have to be the push. So, this song, you know, to encapsulate it into a small little summary: sun magic, friend love, and divine revelations. You know, at the end, there's this really meaningful passage which I'm gonna leave up to your interpretation. You just gotta hear the whole song. So, despite Madison Square Garden always being the end goal, I definitely would love to go back to the Stone Pony, you know, when quarantine lifts. And I also really have had this dream of, you know, this whole record that I'm putting out has this tropical tinge to it and this beachy tinge to it, which kind of brings me back to the fact that I feel the most at home by the water. I'm a Cancer baby after all, so it makes sense. But I mean, I have always had this dream of like doing a whole tropical show around Florida and being like by my aunt and being by, I like the west side of Florida. I like the Tampa area by my aunt. So I've always wanted to do like a whole tour, and I actually started this record. The whole concept for this record started from a playlist that I just made, you know, that had beachy vibes to me. You know, it wasn't too low energy, not too high energy. It's just stuff you play at the beach. So, and I've just kind of have this chill but fun kind of vibe going throughout the whole 501 record, which, you know, my aunt from Florida inspired the whole tropical thing, and I want to go farther with it. I really do. But that's, I think, my biggest thing is like I want to do some nice chill shows, you know, down at the shore, you know, with my tapestries and my paintings and my skateboard. Like literally, I've started putting my speakers on the floor, and I feel the vibrations of the speakers, and I dance around on my skateboard, and it's fun, and I want to do that, so I'm excited for that. Yeah. So, I've never really been overly concerned about the fame side of artistry. I mean, I have, when I was younger, I was craving fame for more of a platform status so I could get my message out to more people, but my biggest thrust in my music has always been making a positive influence on people, like how music has helped me through all of my worst periods of my life, whether it be through mental health issues, whether it be hormonal issues, whether it be relationship struggles, whether it might be just not connecting with my friends or my family at the wrong time, and you know, and just kind of discussing my journey and seeing how it can help people. And you know, become a jack of all trades by this point, where I produce and I write and I sing and I play all these little cool instruments that like kind of remind me of Avatar: The Last Airbender, because that's my show. So, but I mean, like I've always been an artist. I've always been a creative. So, you know, this is what I do. You know, I mean, like I might want to get like, I've done some nice little jobs before with friends. And I would like, it would be fun while I'm gaining like a more organic following with my music. It would be nice to get a small little job like a couple days a week, but this has always been it. You know, this is always what I've been here for. And even though I've been in a weird place for the past month and a half or so, it's been really therapeutic finding, you know, going back in my life and looking throughout my life and seeing where I really want to go with things, especially now that I've had so many experiences that have shaped me as a person. And before I get too sidetracked and I get too lost in the fog, this has just always been it. This has always been the dream. This has always been the goal, is just helping people through the art mediums, because that's what I do. So besides all the grimy details that we discussed in the past, I don't know how many minutes of the interview, you know, I like this is all like nice little snippets of the new album 501 that I'm putting out on May. Let's look at the specific date. It is specifically May 7th. So the new album 501 is coming out May 7th, and I will have to update you with other collaborations with friends, but there's a lot coming with friends too. And you know, just to follow up on what we started, just make sure that you head over to the new website, because we just updated the new website and it looks awesome. I will also be posting new artwork, and I will be posting new blog entries, because I'm writing a book. I'm writing my book about my spiritual experience and all the crazy stuff that happens. So, you know, you will get special sneak peeks on the website if you subscribe to the website and you go to XMX97 blog page. And on Instagram, just look up Xander marX. On Facebook, just look up Xander marX. Google Xander marX. You will find it. I don't do Twitter anymore because no one listens to my Twitter, and I don't like Twitter, so we're not doing Twitter anymore. But you can still check out the feed if you want. If you want some special sneak peeks and cool little designs I come up with for the socials, go hit up the Xander marX Snapchat, because Snapchat gets cool. I've been trying to limit the screen time, because you know it'll make you feel better. But when I get back to my Snapchat more often, you'll see some cool, fancy flicks. Not anything too saucy, though. I got in trouble for being too saucy, so I'm not being saucy. But I hope y'all are having fun, and I hope that y'all are ready for summer, because we got our hot girl summer going with 501, and we're starting the summer party early, and it's gonna be a good time. So, I hope you have a nice rest of your week. We got a new single coming next week. You know, we had Beautiful Swimmer with Sunkiss on the maxi single from last month, and we got Quarantine Dreams to get turned up with in a week. And it's going to be exciting. We're going to have fun. So, tune in. Xander marX. Oh, yeah.